Hi girls, how are you? This is Zeffy. I haven't made a video for ages and I thought I'll just show you what I'm up to and also a couple of things that I have done. So tonight, or actually I started this last night, and tonight I'll be continuing with this. I'm going to be doing a basic grey mini album for my sister-in-law. Okay, this is going to be its size, and it's going to be for photos of her and the family when they go to the bush, because they live in South Africa. And I thought the Curio papers, the basic grey Curio papers, are very, very organic, and I think they'd be perfect for photos in a natural environment. Okay, these envelopes were sent to me by my friend Kim from America, and I'm going to use 2, and then I'll have another 2 left over. I'm going to use these for the covers. And then I bought these gatefold card blanks with matching envelopes, and they're made from recycled paper. They're from Woodware. They're a British product, and I just want to show you what they are before I begin. It's an envelope, like a craft envelope, and then it has gatefold cards. You see, and the craft paper has a lovely texture, so I thought I'll use these for pages as well. So let me just show you how far I've progressed, and I will continue again this evening. So as I said, I am going to use the 2 green envelopes for covers. So this is the front cover. I'll add stuff to it. I'll show you the kit later, and there will be a tag on the inside, and I thought I'll leave this plain. Maybe I'll stamp a journaling spot and something, I don't know quite yet, and the butterflies will be at the back. Okay, and then I thought I'll put 2 of these envelopes in, and 2 of the other pages. So this is where I am right now. The envelopes will have an extra page. Okay, and then what I'm going to put on that is this die cut from Basic Grey. What I did is I just traced off bottom section.
So, and then I thought I'll do something at the bottom to finish that off. So these 2 pages are going to be exactly the same. Okay, let me get this out the way before I ruin this. It's quite delicate, so I'm afraid I'll ruin it. I did do a basic grey Curio album in the past, but and I had an extra, I got some more papers in the kit, so I thought I'll use them. And then what I thought I'll do is I cut off the one end, so this will go into the binding, so this will help the page turn a little bit more. And then let me find another piece of paper so I can show you what I'm planning to do here. I haven't cut the pages yet, but this is too small. What I thought is I'll stick this on there, and then this border can be a little pocket, and then this will be an extra page. Okay, these cards are a little bit smaller than the envelope, so what I thought is this page that folds in, I'll make the same size as the envelope, so it can all balance out. So I've cut these 2 with a border punch, and then I cut the 3rd one with the doily. Okay, so that's basically my pages. I'll quickly show you the paper line
what I've selected for the colors of the album. I don't want it to be depressing. I want it cheery, and sometimes basic grey papers can get a little bit dull. So I've chosen the greens and the lighter colors. For instance, that will get used, and that. This will get used on pages that can be double-sided. We'll see, because I like that. I'm definitely going to use the lace because I'll give it some lace trimmings, this paper. I don't know what I'm going to use out of the die cut sheet yet. Definitely that, definitely that, definitely the bird. I suppose I'll use a butterfly, maybe that. I'll see how it goes. I'm going to use the green letters. This lace paper is for standby. This paper here is also standby, maybe for the tags, because I'm going to need tags for the envelopes. And the music note is also on standby, most probably for the tags, maybe in the front pages, so that you can journal on the back. Okay, so that's the papers. And I really want to finish this mini quickly because it's my sister's 50th birthday in April, and the 1st of April in fact, and my hubby's going to be here, so he'll be able to take these things back to them. So I need to get them done, so I'm going to be extremely busy. And then what I thought, I've just pulled out a couple of goodies here. I'd love your opinion on stuff. You see this green ribbon, I thought I'll use it to tie because my minis get quite chunky, so I thought I'll use this on the front page, the blue, or maybe even this, I'll see, maybe even the darker one. And then I think I'm going to tie the ribbon onto the center of this. Can you see here? Tie it on, and then it will fold over. I'm going to bind it with a spiral binding. Okay, so I've taken out a couple of stuff brads. I think I'm going to make 1 or 2 little glassine envelopes, little tiny ones. The film strip definitely is going to go in because it's going to be for a photo from holidays. I'm going to use that for a charm that will hang off the spiral. Some trinket pins, the brads, I like these brass brads, okay. And then these are things that were lying around on my desk, and I love to use scraps that are lying around my desk. I find that an inspiration. For instance, I was playing around with UT and canvas, so this is a butterfly that's been stamped on canvas and UT'd, so that can get dollied up. That's from another project, just a little bit, just to get my imagination going. That's a leftover from one of the layouts I did. These papers were with the basic grays and they match nicely, so this is just some scraps that are lying around the desk that will get used. Okay, I also want to share with you 2 layouts that I did this past weekend. We had gone to a crop this weekend to my friend Katerina, and I had packed some things to take with me, and I am the world's worst packer. Basically, if I could take the kitchen zinc, or in this case my scrapbook desk with me, I would. So I knew I wanted to do a challenge that's on the Greek challenge blog, Get Creative, and the challenge was to use like a lilac, a purple, a yellow, a buttermilk, yellowy cream, and like a dark grey. So I pulled out a lot of photos that I wanted to scrap with that would match the color scheme, and I also pulled out this old one because Shamel Lane on a 2 Peas in a Bucket challenged us to use a vintage photo. This is one of the little proofs that the photographer had given us so we could order our big photos. So it wasn't in the album for some reason or another, so I thought I'd scrap that because it was just lying in a box. So I want to tell you a little bit about this layout. This paper is the Sweet Surrender paper by GCD Studios, designed by Tina Higgins, and it was one sheet of paper. In other words, this piece was in here, so I just cut it with my craft knife and I distressed it all, and I used a little purple paper that I gessoed a little bit, can you see, and put it all together again, and then you can see I've used some stitching with a very coarse thread, and I wanted it to look like this linen is fraying, so that's why I've left all the strings. Okay, then this here is coordinations, color core, that I embossed and I sanded, and once I put it on I decided I wanted a little bit of dark grey around it. Okay, this is an Echo Park, always in my heart. This crepe paper little thingamajiggy, and I've used this for some private journaling at the back here. This postcard, can you see this here? This I bought in a store in Athens from a girl that has scrapbooking stuff. It was this sheet of paper, so I just cut it out of there. Okay, and what do I have here? Another piece of vintage paper that I just stamped on, and I mounted it on this paper here. I just want to tell you about this paper, it's quite interesting. Oh, and when I was coloring my fabric for my Christmas journal, which I still need to show you on YouTube, I used coffee to color the paper because that was a perfect color. And once I had the coffee left over, this is just plain watercolor paper that I dipped into there, and it gives a lovely vintage look and a lovely aroma of coffee as you move it. So that's what I almost try to make a second postcard and paper so that it can look like it's a pile of papers that have been tied in a knot. This butterfly I think is, I don't know, die cuts with a view, I think. I'm not sure. My friend Rula gave it to me at the crop. And then I thought this will be like a bundle of lace and ribbon and a flower that's been put away with a little stick pin. And then I just want to tell you about my little pansy quickly. Because we live in Athens and we actually can't just walk into a store and buy Prima flowers. When I first started scrapping, I had found these they're hydrangeas. They were bunches of hydrangeas in different colors, and I had bought a couple of sticks. Those plastic flowers on the steel plastic covered stems. So what I did was I just took a purple one, I just cut out 2 little leaves, and then I took the little yellow one and I cut off one of the petals, and then I just stapled this on, and I made a pansy. And then I don't know if you can see, of course I'm lazy, so I just grabbed, instead of putting the heat gun to get hot, I just grabbed the stapler and stapled it together, and then added some pearl dabber on it and a bit of black acrylic paint and bling. So that's the layout do, and I put the daisies over years ago. I'm actually ancient, girls.
Another photo that I had taken with, and this is what I worked on first. I chose this paper because this fitted the color scheme. You can see more details on my blog, which is I am Zeffy and I love to scrap. This lilac and yellow, this was a perfect